Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 103 of my series in which I will try to collect 1 billion iron ingots. In today's episode, I am going to be working with the mod Advanced Generators once again, but this time I am going to be attempting to make Syngas from that mod. And Syngas is something that we could use in an advanced generator, and that would kind of be desirable because currently I'm running an ethanol deficit over at my other base, so having an additional fuel source would be a good thing to have. So basically, let's figure out what we need to do to make this thing work. So first off, we are definitely going to need the Syngas producer controller. We're going to need several of those. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to build, but for right now, let's just do all of the patterns that we need. We have the controller, and we actually need the mixing chamber. There's another thing we need. And then, actually, the way I'm going to set this up, we should not need the heating chambers. But just in case we do, let's go ahead and grab that pattern as well. And then let's throw these in and start making some of these. So for right now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 of these rigs. So for that, I'm going to grab 4 of these, and then if we shift click this here, we see that we can place up to 25 mixing chambers into a Syngas controller. Now the mixing chamber is kind of where the magic happens in this particular construct, so the more that we can have, the better. I plan on making 4 of these Syngas producers, so let's go ahead and grab 100, because 25 times 4 is 100. And I don't think I'm going to need any of these, but I'm going to go ahead and grab 40 of these anyways, just in case my initial plan doesn't work out like I want to. Okay, so let's grab some other stuff that we need. We're going to need, I only need 4 of these, but I've actually decided to double this and to make it 8, just in case I need another fluid input for whatever reason. And then I also need some item inputs. So let's grab... Actually, I don't think I've item input ports. Really? Okay. I figured that I already had this automated. Apparently I do not. So let's go ahead and fix that real fast. Throw it in our applied energistic system here. And then we can grab 4 of these, or 8 of these. Just like the fluid inputs, I've decided to grab a few extra. And I actually have a problem here. Let's go ahead and actually reduce this because I don't have the item output port or the fluid output port. I need some fluid output. And let's go ahead and automate this as well because apparently I don't have that automated either. I really thought I had most of the stuff already done, but whatever. So let's go ahead and grab 4 of these. So that's cool. And then let's grab the rest of the stuff we already have made. So the mixing chambers and the heating chambers. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to my other base, and I will be back when I am there. And here we are at my other base, as I'd like to call it, in my palace building here. And so let's begin to set these 4 guys up. And I actually might expand this to be more than 4 at some point. I might do 8. But for right now, let's just go ahead and do 4. What we can do is place the Syngas controllers something like here, here, and actually, let's see here. Each one will contain 30 blocks, so we could do, how could we lay these out? These actually don't need to be that big. So let's go ahead and just see if we can work from here. The fluid intakes, if we did 3 by 5 by 2, that's awfully small though. On the other hand, I could actually double stack them. And if I do that, I don't want these to be here. Let's just build these first 1 or 2 out, and then we can figure out what we need to do. Okay, so the initial plan is 3 by 5 by 2. So that should work. Now we need fluid inputs and fluid outputs. If we did the fluid, we need to do fluid input or fluid output on the top. I'm kind of leaning toward the fluid output. And there's a reason for that, or we'll get there once I get that far, I guess. So actually, let's move these. So let's put this here, and then the fluid inputs over here. And then I shouldn't need any mixing chambers. Actually, let's go ahead and put, yeah, 2 fluid intake valves here. And then we just take a bunch of mixing chambers here, and let's actually divvy this up to be 50. And then half that. Cool, that works out well. So now the plan is, most of the rest of this is just mixing chambers. And as we see, it has formed up at this point, which is good and to be expected. Let's go ahead and put our fluid output valves right here. Whoops, did not mean to put that one or that one. Okay, and as we see here, let's take a look at the GUI. So this is for, I believe, water, and we might be able to pump in steam. That's what I'm going to try to do first. And actually, let's just grab some stuff and try to start this. So how I plan to use this is I plan to use steam from a steam dynamo. Traditionally, you can use the heating chambers to also make steam, and you have to pump in water for it to work, but I'm going to try to use some steam dynamos here. So let's grab an upgrade, or yeah, conversion kits, and then I need the boiler conversion augments, and then I'm not sure what other augments I need. So let's grab several of these as well as several of these. So the plan is take these guys, upgrade them, and then upgrade them with the boiler augment. And then let's see here, maximum steam 480. Wow, it's a lot more steam than I actually need. So let's go ahead and actually, no, let's try this. 840. So with one steam dynamo, theoretically, or at least what I'm seeing is the mixing chambers each use 10 millibuckets of steam per tick. This thing produces much more than that. So because I have 25 mixing chambers in each one of my setups, theoretically, it should use 250 millibuckets per tick for each rig I have. Now let's see if we can't get close to, say, 500 or, okay, actually that might work all right. So let's see here. We want one of these and then 2 of these. So that's I mean, that's about as close as we're gonna get, it looks like. Actually, you know what? This would work great if I do this, and then I actually reduce one of the mixing chambers and just get rid of one of the mixing chambers. That's what I might do. Just because that would be a perfect number. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add more item input ports here. And let's grab 4 more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build 2 more of these guys, and then I'm going to be right back. So here we are. We have 4 of these guys constructed, and like I said just before a break, these things should each use 240 millibuckets per tick now because I axed one of the mixing chambers off. So basically that should be 480 millibuckets per tick if I do 1 steam dynamo per 2 of these guys. So that means I need a tank. So let's grab a couple tanks here, and then I'm gonna need some fluid duct or some way to transmit the fluids. So let's grab some of this right here with a couple servos, and then let's determine exactly how we want to build this. So essentially, I think I'm going to okay, that won't work perfect. Okay, so what I can do maybe is hook the steam dynamo up to the tank like so, and then place my fluid duct along the ground here like this. And theoretically, then I just need to turn this on, and once I'm able to make steam here, then I can transmit it to each of those. So basically I just need to duplicate this over here, which is pretty easy. And then now I need to figure out how to get water to these guys, or to the steam dynamos I should say. So let's see here. There's not really enough room over there to make water, but we should be able to in this corner here. So if I grab some stone, if I grab a couple of these guys, and I'm not I really hope that'll be enough, and then I need some water as well. And then I'm also, actually I shouldn't need any servos. So how this is going to play out is I will have these aqueous accumulators output to the back, and that won't really work over here. It still can work. Maybe. I've made life difficult on myself. Maybe what I can do here is, let's get rid of this for the time being. Maybe we can run this somewhere else. So let's throw this stone here. Throw this accumulator right here with output to the back. And then we just need to create a little water space here. And then theoretically, that should give us water, and it should provide the dynamo with water. Unfortunately, there's not a super nice way to do this. But this should be functional. It should work all right. Cool. Now that we have water, we actually need some coal. And I think I'm going to use coal for these steam dynamos because that works for both the steam dynamos and for these guys right here. Now the thing is about the syngas producer is you need something with carbon content. And things with carbon content would include wood, coal, charcoal, so on and so forth. We're just going to use coal just for kind of simplicity here. So let's go downstairs and see exactly how we can route our applied energistic system stuff up. I think, just to make this kind of simple, I'm going to grab some covered conduit here. And we'll need an export bus. I'm going to grab modular storage stuff as well, and that's because we need kind of a storage for coal. And then we need some item duct or some way to transfer items. And you know what? Let's not use item ducts this time. Let's use transfer nodes. I never use these things anymore, so let's use them. And then for the transfer nodes, let's grab a stack upgrade and then some speed upgrades. And if I can find them. Okay, so what we're going to do is down here, we are going to run this. Okay, so we have aqueous accumulator, water, stone. Let's try right here. Let's just go up right here. And I am going to need some acceleration cards here for my export bus, because we are probably going to be using quite a bit of coal. So I think what we can do is, for right now, we can just, yeah, let's go ahead and just put this right here. Let's grab some coal. And we have a lot of coal at this point, so it's not a problem. Coal, 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 coal. Now I can just throw that in there. And for this, let's see. There's actually not a super neat way to do this. Wire or as far as the transfer pipes go, I think what we're gonna do is let's actually run it like that for there, and then for the items themselves, let's actually just run it across the top. This is definitely not the neatest way to do this, but it should work all right. I'm not really sure how fast these things will burn through coal. Hopefully it's not too bad, because I'm not sure how much coal throughput we're gonna get with this transfer node. Hopefully it'll be enough though. So we have coal in here. We have. And I'm a moron. I can't even put the servo in the right spot. It's not like I've done this like 100 times. Okay, servo goes here. Let's see, are we getting steam? We are seeing some syngas being produced. Cool, so this is working. Let's see if this is working as well. It does seem to be working. Theoretically, we should be seeing the steam amount not going up. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to end up swapping this out. And that's because it's not working super ideally. Let's grab some retrievers. And I'm going to grab 6, and that's because I'm going to put one on all 3 of these spots. Because I would like to see the maximum amount made here. Okay, so already we're kind of starved. We don't have enough carbon in here. Okay, so let's try. I think what might be going on here is it'll go down here. It's just kind of random as far as how the node acts. So sometimes it'll like go here and then backwards, and it's not acting super ideal right now. No heating chambers installed. Yeah, but don't you have steam? Do you not have steam? You should have steam. Let me grab that servo back. Because before it looked like it was working. It obviously was, because there's some syngas in here. So, okay, that's really weird. Okay, so for whatever reason, that seems to be working out fine. Let's see here. Theoretically, this should not be going up or down. Theoretically, we shouldn't be running out of coal. So I might actually have to replace this node system. I actually probably will. Or, actually, let's give it one more shot here. Let's actually just make this a little bit more efficient in its routing. So I'm going to go with a singular route here. And that should benefit this. Okay, so basically, actually, let's use this for the power of good. And then if we route the transfer pipes like so, this should help the system keep up. We'll see if it actually does or not. And I have to actually continue this down here because I need to hit this. So that should work out. Okay, so theoretically, and we're still seeing problems. Still not seeing enough coal. I might have to replace this. Let's actually try one more thing. There are different speed upgrades, and let's go ahead and grab the ultimate ones. Okay, as we see here, it's not going super fast at all. Let's try this. That sped it up a little bit. We'll see if that's actually enough. I'm not sure that it is. Right now it's still kind of starving. Okay, we have run out of space for Syngas, and that's because we have no output. So let's fix that. Let's get a black hole unit. You know what, just for, or not black hole unit, black hole tank. Just because, let's just give them all their own tank. And because in the future I might actually stack these, as in build like another one on top here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place these on top. And so if I build, let's say 4 more and I put them on top, I can just kind of build them upside down. So my fluid output valve would be like right here. I don't know why that says empty, but it is getting the Syngas in. For whatever reason, it's not recognizing exactly what it is, but whatever. And yeah, we're probably gonna have to replace all this transfer node. Unfortunately, it's just not quick enough. So what I'm gonna do real fast is, because I've done it a million times before, I'm going to go ahead and replace this transfer pipe and the transfer node there with some item duct and a good old servo, and then I'm going to be right back. So I ripped out all the transfer node stuff, and I realized that there's one more thing I can try, and it should actually work. And so we're going to go back to the transfer nodes. But first we need a crafter. And what we're going to do with the crafter is, let's grab one. Let's also grab a couple transfer nodes. And then we need some upgrades as well. So we need a couple of stack upgrades. And then a couple of speed upgrades should do. What we're going to do is we're going to build this guy right here. We're going to need to find some way to power this. Should probably grab some pipe. And another dynamo. I think that will work out just fine. Yeah, let's put the dynamo something like right beside this right here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to spin this guy around to be facing the crafter here. We will be putting some transfer pipe here and here. It will have a stack upgrade and then speed upgrade. Let's see here. And this should fill up with coal, which is what we want. What we're going to do is we're going to make coal blocks. And so let's hit apply. Right now it does not have power, and that's because we need some water. So let's go ahead and set this to output to the top as well, and then we need to grab some more fluid duct. Not sure how much we need. I don't think it's very much. So that should get going. This should give it power. I'm not sure how much. Okay, so we're probably going to need to speed this up. So let's go ahead and grab a conversion kit. And then some augments here. Let's just grab 4 of these guys. Because why not? And so that should provide us plenty of power. And then, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. What we're going to do is we're going to pump in the coal blocks. So let's take our last transfer node here and let's put him right here. We're going to run him like this. And just for some light, let's put a torch there. And then this can run. Actually, no. Because I want this to be a straight line to give this thing a really legitimately good chance to work right, what we're going to do is this, and then we'll just run it like we had it before, just across the top here. And because we're using coal blocks, actually we'll see a slight efficiency improvement because coal block acts as if it's essentially 10 pieces of coal, but the thing is it only takes 9 pieces of coal to make it. So we'll see a slight efficiency bump there, and yeah, these things do not run out nearly as quick, so that's fantastic. And then let's grab this out and make sure we can actually throw coal blocks in here. And we can, so that's fantastic. Let's also grab the coal out of there and out of here. So hopefully this thing will work like intended. Let's see if it is. Right now, it looks like everything's working like it should. Let's see. The steam is going nowhere, which it should not be. It should be perfectly constant. Steam is perfectly constant. I think we have a working system here. We're not getting a huge amount of coal here, but I think that's just because of how the transfer node is working. I think it's only filling it up for whatever reason. It's not actually... Oh well. It looks to be working perfectly fine, which is fantastic. Let's see. We are getting syngas. Whatever reason, it's not recognizing it here, but that's fine. So in today's episode, I managed to make these 4 syngas producers. It's not a super neat system, but we are producing some syngas, and if need be in the future, we can use the syngas in the generators we have down here. And that's cool. As of right now, I have... Whoops, I'm a little antsy. 974 million iron ingots, which is fantastic. At the current pace, it should be about 2 days until I get to my 1 billion iron ingot goal, which is fantastic. If you liked this video, give me a like. If you like my series and automation in Minecraft, then subscribe to my channel because that's kind of what I do. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.